this group, us, we, in arts and culture, I'm looking, I haven't found yet an industry that has been as disrupted as the live, mid-size and small kind of venue performing arts and live arts sector.
Yeah.
And this group of people, we've been talking about it yesterday, we're going to talk about it this whole week. This time is a disrupted time when people are a little weary from the past 5 years. And yet, this book is about meaningful, transformative change. And I'm reconciling the fatigue with the ambition a little bit. And so I wonder what you would say to this group of people.
Well, so let's talk about the fatigue. The other thing that we used to do in Buffalo growing up is go apple picking. And if you're the first person there in the morning, apple picking is extraordinarily easy because the apples are right at, even if you're 8 years old, you can reach them. And as the day goes on, you need to go higher and higher with a ladder. Mm-hmm. There was a moment, probably peaked 10 years ago, where the apples were quite low. You had a building or a venue or an event. People needed to go do something. They wanted to be with each other, and there wasn't a lot to do at home. And so if what you had was pretty good and pretty convenient at pretty fairly priced, they would come. Mm-hmm. And all these things changed because COVID taught a whole bunch of people to stay home, because Netflix taught a whole bunch of people to stay home, because the shift in way people spent money taught a whole bunch of people to stay home. And so if you want to get someone to come, you're going to need a ladder. You're going to need something that's worth climbing up for. And so a whole bunch of average but really well-intentioned Broadway shows can't survive anymore because it's just not worth it to go do that when you could stay home and for 1/20th the price watch something on Netflix. And that's not right or wrong, it's just true. The flip side of it that's so powerful is the idea of the smallest viable audience.